Here.
Yeah, welcome back. Sorry for that. And so we're just going to confirm everything's ready to go. Pardon me. We'll take a second for folks to join in.
This is not a paid advertisement. Although I think we zoomed out a little bit on our camera and gold shifted a little bit. Because we have a lot of...
Sorry about that, guys.
We're happy you're back. Please come back. Honestly, that was well. We will get right back there. What a great Robin and I were just talking about what a great vibe and group and time we were having. So sorry about the technical challenges, everybody. Live stream just shut down on us kind of midstream. But we are back, and we're gonna pick right up where we left off. Cherry 7-Up, which by the way tastes like a 0-calorie Shirley Temple. If you're a fan of that. You're confused? Why are you confused? There's nothing to know now. You're here. The confusion was what the fuck happened. Okay, are you back? We're back? Everybody's back? Okay, I'm back. Okay, anyway, thank you for your patience while we re-up and reboot. I think we were talking about the oh, you were going to tell the story about the hummingbird and the... Remember?
Yeah, the hummingbird and the condor's wife.
Yeah. She was going to tell us a story, and then she started to tell Instagram, and I'm like, no, you have to see. Why would you not tell YouTube the story? And then it was like, boop. Anyway.
I wasn't sure if we were still live. We just couldn't see you. And
Mercury is in the microwave. It is, until January 2nd. And it's in Capricorn. It's the shittiest of the Mercury retrogrades because it's all about details. And it's all about like going back and reviewing things and seeing where things are incorrect or you've made mistakes. It's a very... Capricorn, of course, is the sign of the father, so it's very like, you could have done this better, you could have done that better. So it's a really judgy kind of Mercury retrograde. Anyway, I think we should probably move to the next item, but we'll come back to the story a little bit later. But we still have some of the Chicana pendants, I think. Or maybe not, actually. On my sheet, it's not there. So we still have some of the Malagano Jasper generators. That was one of my favorite things of the lineup so far at $39. So we'll show that to you again. That's that generator, that stone that comes from the hot springs in Indonesia. And it's red jasper, yellow jasper, gray jasper, white jasper, black jasper. And it also has quartz in the matrix. So it can be a centerpiece of a grid. And it's $39. Now we're going to be scared to touch the product camera. I know, I want to fuck it up.
I'm like, oh.
Anyway.
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
We still have tech support in here.
Let's go. Anyway, so those are still available for $39. Yeah, there's solar storms too. Come back, everybody. My North Node is in Capricorn, so I actually love this Mercury retrograde because I'm despite how it might look, I'm actually very goal-oriented and very achievement-oriented.
So since my Mercury is in retrograde,
yeah,
is this normal for me?
Yeah, you would feel no difference. No, you would ride this wave really well. If you were born under Mercury retrograde, actually, this is a comfort zone. This is not a repeat. God help us, Richie Roy, if I have to repeat everything I've already said.
We wouldn't be able to do it exactly how we were before.
It's like we're new all over again. Can you bring that that camera angle? Is it the I think that's the TikTok one. But
Facebook.
Oh, is it Facebook? Oh.
Yeah, we had to pop Facebook onto here.
Yeah, it's just a little bit at an angle and kind of, I don't think they can see the stone, so we can zoom in a little bit. That would be cool. Hi, Facebook. I didn't know who you were. That's a new that's a new camera for us. So I was like, hi, TikTok. I don't know. I was just joking. I used to work here sometimes. Okay, Malagano Jasper. We still have some of those. Oh, it looks like we do have some of the Ink and Cross pendants.
Oh no, just stay over on that side.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch that.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit happens when I touch things. I want to show you a bracelet. And we talked about the holidays and how to make tortilla chips in the air fryer on Instagram, so you kind of missed that. If you guys want us at the end to talk about tortilla chips in the air fryer, this amazing woman cooks like you would not believe, and she taught me something tonight about cooking.
I like whenever I ask my husband, because my husband's birthday is on the 23rd.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you want? He goes, I want you to cook something. He always wants me to cook. instead of us going out.
Do you know that the legend is if you get a Capricorn to marry you, you deserve like an award? Capricorn men don't want to get married. They
Well,
don't.
I have a Capricorn husband and a Virgo son.
And that's why you deserve an award. Okay, are you ready? Only one of these bracelets. I love this bracelet so much. This is, it's very ethereal to me, this bracelet. The designer is an incredible soul too. We bring you one of these every so often. This is the ultimate, the reason I love this one, it's a double term aqua aura quartz point in the middle. It is so incredibly beautiful with rainbow moonstones. And then on your wrist, 2 aquamarines in sterling silver with 14 karat gold. Is that beautiful? So aqua aura, instant auric purification. Aura, as Robin has taught us, and I've taught you over the years, is the bonding of metals to stone, including gold.
Well, gold is actually what makes the aqua.
So what's really cool is it can't be made without gold. So people are like, do you like aura? And I'm like, do you not like aura? Like how would you not like aura?
It's like you're just taking the stone and amplifying it.
Yeah. And melding it. I mean, it's so alchemical. You know what I mean? Because the alchemists, that's what they did. They were mixing metals to create gold. And so to me, it's a very alchemical process. Look at all the rainbow moonstone, which by the way is super cherry moonstones there. Total blue flash in those, which complements the blue in the aura. And then at your wrist, the aquamarines is just sort of a natural fit. So this bracelet is $689. Retail value is close to like $850.
So,
and it's a super power tool.
I have a little story about Aquamarine.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool. According to lore, ancient Romans thought that the god Neptune was the first being to ever find Aquamarine.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And how he found it on the shore of the beach. And they say what it was the sirens kept it in their jewelry box.
Oh, really?
So sirens kept it in their jewelry box, hoarding it because it was such a beautiful stone.
Yeah.
And a siren actually accidentally dropped a piece out of her jewelry box, and Neptune found it. And he loved it so much that sailors would always wear it because they said that they would not crash if they had Aquamarine on, because Neptune would not allow them to go into the sea.
Well, Neptune was protective of, like, you know, any voyagers who were seafaring of any kind. I'm not going to close this because my wrist is like a 6-inch wrist, and if you have a larger wrist, I don't want to bendy it for you. But is that the most beautiful aqua aura bracelet you've ever seen? So, true story with Aquamarine, which is the stone at your wrist. What I love about these bracelets is when you pinch this to fit you, the 2 stones here touch your pressure points for pain relief. Which is just such a cool, like, side benefit of these cuffs. Isn't that gorgeous? I believe this is like the 2nd or 3rd only ever of a double term in Aqua Aura. So it is really one of the most beautiful bracelets that we've brought you. Both my kids were born in March, and I have given them multiple pieces of Aquamarine, and I have a necklace for Zoe that I have not given her yet because I'm waiting until she's older. I have boxes for my kids, which is kind of funny, of things that I want to give them when they're older because, you know, they have stones now, not a crazy amount. Like, I bring them back 1 piece from each show kind of thing. Yeah. But there's some things I want them to have later, and there's a necklace for Zoe that I have for her for later when she's older, since it's her birthstone. Isn't that cool? Anyway, congratulations. The cuff is here. Thank you for coming back, by the way. Thank you for your patience. Mercury retrograde.
Fun times.
So yeah, all you have to do is comment, sold, amazing, awesome cuff, $689, and we will record your purchase. And I'm really happy for you because that's a gorgeous one. Okay. Now,
it's one of our first deep discounts.
no. Introduce it, darling.
I love deep discounts because I just like to be able to have, like, give a really special deal.
Well, and I want to tell you, when we choose our deep discount items, there's nothing wrong with them. These are some of these are our best sellers ever at SG. Truly, we just do it because it's like, this is cool to bring you something at an amazing price. I have a story to tell you about this, and I'm going to tell you right now. Again, get your fingers ready. I cannot believe that we have rutilated quartz spheres for $38. That is down like 100% from our price. Sometimes these stories, and I'll give you the flashlight because it kind of needs it. Sometimes these stories are a little embarrassing because in the past I bought things and paid a lot for them, probably too much. And these are wholesale prices. And then I'm able to bring them to you at these crazy prices, and it's insane. I once purchased a Rutilated quartz sphere like this and paid almost $200 for it wholesale.
Sorry, I'm having
I
flashlight issues.
I know, none of us. We don't have a. That was the only one. Maybe
Oh
that
no,
one.
it was this one.
Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna put these other 3 away and take them away from us. We have bad flashlights. Do not miss this. This is juicy quality. This isn't like, oh, milky quartz and you can barely see the golden rutile. This is like crystal clear, like a crystal ball, and that golden. Holy shit! That golden rutile inside is like dancing. These are some of the most beautiful I've ever seen, and you can. So golden rutile is its own mineral. It's for transformation. Rutile comes in different colors. You know this from previous lectures that we've given to you. It comes in a copper and a black and green. Sometimes, if you're very lucky, to red. But golden rutile comes to you. Here's what you need to know. It comes to you when change is coming. Mm-hmm. It prepares you for change. So if you feel called to Rutilated quartz, it's because some kind of change is coming, and it's hard to know what it is, but it's always a sign that the change will be in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say, go. And I wish that we could let you buy multiples of things. I don't know that we can, but I know. It's just a special thing because it's our last show of the year. We want to do something really awesome for you. I just think it's cool. And you could take this and have this set into jewelry. Like if you take it to your jeweler and say, hey, could you put a cap on this? They can put a cap on top of it with a bail, and you could wear that as like a little crystal ball pendant, which I think would be really cool.
That'd be really cool. One thing that's really cool about Rutilated quartz is the rutile. As she said, it's its own thing, but it needs titanium to create the gold.
Tell me more, Robin.
So,
I love, honestly, doing these shows with you for me, because like I said, it's just like I bring you my wisdom, and then it's like it melds with her wisdom, and we fry your brain a little bit. I love it.
yeah, because it's like, as she was saying, different rutile comes in different colors.
Yeah.
And based on those colors, it needs a different element to be able to make that color. And for this gold, it is actually titanium that is mixing with it for it to grow out of. And I mean, all rutile is going to grow out of that hematite base.
Yes.
That's
That's why you see the stars.
That's why you see the stars, and that's that silvery color that you see. And on this piece, there might even be a little
There's
bit.
a touch on that. I saw it. My vision
Yeah.
sucks, but I did see a little bit of it.
A little bit on that little silver spot right there is from the middle of that star rutile that came out. That's where the hematite is, and then it mixed with the titanium, and it grows these. So there's
beautiful?
iron in there from that hematite, titanium.
Beach Lover has such a good question about whether this would fit into the cage necklace, and I have to tell you, I don't know. I don't want to say it would if it wouldn't, but can you imagine that in the cage necklace? If you don't know what we're talking about, you need to hang out with me more. We have the coolest,
Right?
like sterling silver cage pendant with like, so you could open it and like pop out your spheres and do flippy floppy and switch them. Anyway, congratulations if you got one. I think they're all gone.
I think they're all gone, but the other thing that's cool about rutile is it has other names. Like the Greeks call it the hair of Aphrodite because they say it's Aphrodite's hair actually caught in the stone. And the Romans call it the hair of Venus, and both of those names also morph, and they call it Cupid's dart.
And then, in meditation, what they say, I think they're all gone. Congratulations. I knew you were going to love that. They say that you can, and I've done this with my students before, you can actually gaze into it and look at each line of the rutile and kind of meditate, and they say each line has a message for you. So, like, it's like the Magic 8 Ball. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Shake.
Except and you could shake it because quartz has a pretty high measure of hardness measurement. So if you threw it, it probably wouldn't break. I've tested the theory. I don't think it would fit in the cage either, Robin. It's just my gut, but it's really cute. I'm also too big to fit in a cage.
There's no cage that would fit me.
No, there isn't. And we're both Leos. Anyway, hi, Lena. People have tried to put me in a cage. I bite. Anyway. Congratulations on your rare tail.
Some of us just don't belong there.
No, she bites too. It's fine. For to get a Leo to bite you, though, you have to really make them mad. And then they come out. Because remember lions? You've seen lion videos, right, in the jungle. Lions want to just lay in the sun. They're lazy, actually, as fuck. But, man, if you make them mad, first they put one paw up.
See,
then they put the other paw up. And now they're up, and they're not going to stop until you're done.
Well, see, that's what makes me more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because I'm Scorpio rising.
I know. She's shitty about it. I'm Libra rising. I'm like, I really don't want to hurt you, but I will.
And then I have an Aries moon.
Yeah, I know. I know, but I have a Sag moon. That's why we're such good compliments to each other. Okay, so she was kind of teasing you earlier that we had another beautiful Athena or ceremonial knife, and this is the one. And can you show them a stand? I'm weird. I'm a sucker for things that have stands and like, you know what I mean? And it's its own stand. It was custom made for it in brass. I just think it's really, really beautiful. This is a one of one though. And it's under $400. Our normal price on this would have been $598. So it is rainbow obsidian, the blade. Rainbow obsidian, not black. Has garnet, turquoise, goshenite. What's goshenite, you ask? Oh, it's clear barrel. For manifestation. Us and our product camera tonight, Team SG will have to look at that. Like it won't focus on the stones. I don't know. We're doing our best. And that, so you see the garnet on the top? And then that's a little goshenite point on the tippy top. Terminated goshenite is really rare. And that is a natural terminated etched goshenite for manifestation. Then you have rainbow obsidian for clearing all of your chakras. Then you have rainbow moonstone, which is manifestation. You have garnet, which is for grounding, and turquoise for $398. And it comes on the stand. And I have one. Like, get it.
Yeah.
I want to do a Jasper song.
A Jasper song?
Jasper's friends with Chalcedony, and Chalcedony is friends with Quartz. Sometimes they grow with hematite. Sometimes they don't. And that's all right. I can't with myself tonight. I think that's shittier than the barrel song, actually, don't you? I think if anything's worse than my barrel song. Congratulations.
Sometimes you just gotta let the muse flow.
I'll take requests. You know what? Lab stream or whatever this program is called, if you're going to quit, now's probably a good time. Thank you for being here. Not the barrel song. Did you like my Jasper song, though? I mean,
It was fun.
You're never going to forget what Jasper grows with now because that song is burned into your memory. All right, congratulations. Jessica Hicks always wants me to sing the barrel song. I need to record it. By the way, I am the worst singer on the planet. So I make up these really dumb songs. But I was a teacher for a long time before I started Sage Goddess and a professor. I've taught everything from 7th grade to PhD students. And when I made up stupid songs about grammar, for example, or played like conjunction junction, my students would always remember. So I would make up dumb songs about things, and then they would get good grades on their tests. And they would go, don't sing the song. And I'm like, and then they would get A's on their tests. And they're like, okay, maybe the song is okay.
I mean, but I think that's a great way to learn.
Speaking of songs and brains and learning.
I love this guy.
We do too. You're here for it. Thank you, Raven, for your support tonight. Anyway, congratulations. Okay. I have 18 Rutilated quartz spheres left. I have the cuff left. That Aqua Aura double term for $689. Like, you need that cuff. It's so beautiful. This we're going to have to work on our camera angle because that is a pink opal skull.
Let me see if I can get it better here.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, that's a great shot, Robin. Look at that. So, this is one of the most intricately carved skulls I have ever seen. And it is solid pink opal from Peru. And I know we're a little past shadow season. Robin and I talked about this, but she and I are both skull collectors too. So I don't have a season for skulls. In my dining room, right this minute, is a Christmas, like, red and green floral arrangement. And a skull with one of his sockets missing and a bunch of rhinestones stuck in it and a black ribbon around its neck.
I want a photo.
Okay. And black candles next to it. Merry Christmas. Like, I'm sorry, when do skulls go out of style? Like, when I go to Michael's now and there's no skulls, I'm like, skulls scream Christmas to me.
It's sad. I love skulls. I do. I think they're beautiful. I think the lines on them are beautiful.
My kids are going to need therapy for 19 reasons. One of them is that they have skulls in their tiny room at Christmas time. We should just call it Merry Skullmas.
It's okay. My son's listening to metal music every single day and headbanging, and we have skull above our TV mounted is a deer skull.
I think that's beautiful. My daughter knows all the words to Crazy Train.
Yes.
And actually impressed her teacher. Her teacher was like playing it in the background in class, and she's saying the whole thing through. And I'm like, yes, of course you know the Oz and every word to Crazy Train. Like,
Yes.
who raised you? Also, Rob Bay's It Takes Two. Like, these kids have been well educated in music.
Go Zoe.
These are, now our original price on these, I don't remember what it was. But the retail value of them is $349. You're getting this little guy, not little, 4 inches for $149. I have 2 dozen of
Just
them.
look at all of that carving.
It's hand carved.
These are all hand carved. Each one of these, like, someone's sitting there carving that out. And I don't know. I personally carve stones. I have been carving stones for years now.
Yeah, she's really good at it.
I love it. And when you start doing work like this, you really go into like a trance. You go into a meditative trance. And I believe that whenever something's hand carved like this, whatever you're going, like, that energy and that creativity is going
You can see
into
the
it.
tool marks. I mean, that's one of the. And so I want to talk about pink opal because pink opal only grows in 2 places in the world, and the Peruvian is actually, so there's pink opal in Peru and blue opal in Peru, and it is strongly believed that that carries the spirit of masculine energy and feminine energy. I don't mean man and woman. I mean feminine energy. So this is like the Divine Mother in a skull form, which is what I love about it. It's very tender. It's very nurturing. Like I said, I wish we had more. And the retail value of this is so much higher. I mean, can you imagine? Something like this takes an artisan days, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days of working on one piece. Sometimes I feel bad, actually, that we can purchase something like this for $149 because when you think about the amount of time, it's like, what's that, $5 an hour? You know what I mean? But it's just like, but they're well compensated. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I feel like everything that's hand carved should be more expensive. Hi, Kathy DiCostanzo. I'm so happy you're here. It's badass. I know, Julie Enzi, I see you. So grateful for you. Aww.
So one thing that I also think is really cool, pink opal to the Peruvians, they believe was a gift from Pachamama herself.
Yes, that's a beautiful truth. And we had pink opal hearts for you that had the incredible carvings on them a few years ago. Do you remember? And those are symbols of Pachamama as well. Pachamama, which means Mother Earth. By the way, Pacha is earth in Quechua. So congratulations. It's sometimes, I'm going to tell you guys, we need to stop and reflect. I try to remind you of this all the time. On how long, Dave has mentioned this too, it takes stones to get from mine to your hands, right? And how much love and thought and care. And the people that we work with care about the stones. I mean, they care about the ethical mining of them and sourcing of them. They care about the artisans who are carving them. It's just a cool thing to watch because we've seen the process over so many years. So congratulations. Yeah, really grateful for you. I love that. Michelle said, my grandson has autism and he knows songs and who sings them, and it's amazing.
I love that.
That's really cool.
I love hearing stories about that. My brother has autism, so I grew up with it, and so many people just don't see the beauty that comes from that autistic mind.
Well, you know, my theory is that they're actually fourth dimensional. They're not from this plane, and so that's my theory anyway. That children and adults on the autistic spectrum are operating on a higher frequency than the rest of us are, and so we're like trying to catch up to them. It's pretty cool, isn't it? But I was telling you about Homo celestus and how they say that we are evolving into this higher species.
They might just be the first ones going in that direction, and that's why you're seeing more and more of it.
I think so. So we're trying to come up with like human theories for why it's happening, and it's like, meanwhile, like, actually we're ascending as a species. That's my theory. And I used to, when we had the physical shop, sometimes our customers would come and they would bring their children who were on the spectrum. And I would always say, bring them to ceremonies. I think it's the coolest thing. And when I would start to play singing bowls or any kind of sound tools, you would not believe the absolute like Zen focus that would come over these amazing souls. And it's like, because the music was attuned to a higher vibration where they're attuned. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool, don't you? I mean, I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a doctor. I am a scientist by training, but I am a doctor, actually. I have a PhD, but I'm not an MD. I can't prescribe you medicine, but I can prescribe you wisdom. So anyway, cheers, everybody. They have superpowers. They do. Anyway, bless their souls. I wanted to get my laptop for this.
Oh, let me go see. Let me
Would
hand
you
them to
mind?
you, and
Yeah.
then you go find
Would you
it.
mind? Okay. If we have time, because I know we had kind of a forced interruption. We'll keep you posted on the skulls. I don't think we have skulls left, actually. I think they might be all gone. I know a lot. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. And I have theories about things. But my theory about autism has felt spot on for me. I've never met an autistic person who wasn't some kind of magic. Never. I met a lot. I used to teach a lot. Okay. So, you know it's going to get serious when Grandma puts her glasses on. And I can share this link with you if you want later. But Robin will get to see it up close and personal, which is kind of cool. Okay. The conquest of Mexico by the Mongols. So one of the things that people don't know is that... Actually, I wanted to show them the map. I may not be able to find the map now, which is such a bummer. Oh, here it is. Is there any way to show that image to the screen? Hold on. I know. I had it up earlier. Let me see if I can do a cool little tricky trick here. So a lot of people believe that shamanism is a Central American or a South American practice, but that's not true. Shamanism actually originated in Asia, in Siberia and Mongolia. And people will look at maps now and go, how did anyone get from Asia to other parts of the world? Actually, this isn't even the right map. I'll find it later. But I'm going to read to you from the website before I tell you about this. So this is Mongolian quartz, but we call it shaman quartz because of the facts I'm about to share with you now. So it says, how did the Mongols get to the Americas to be conquering its people? Because the Mongols conquered the Mexicans, the original Mexicans, right? Not the Mexicans as we know them today. Did they march across the Bering Land Bridge and down the west coast of the United States? Did they get in ships and sail to the Americas? And it says, the Mongols were blown off course from the Mongol invasions of Japan in 1274 and 1281, which actually ended in the defeat of Kublai Khan, which a lot of you have read about. And so there was a land passage that allowed passage from Upper Asia, Mongolia, Siberia, to modern-day Mexico. And here's what's really interesting. I don't want to go too far on this because I know it can get crazy. When I was in Mexico this summer, I was trying to learn a little Maya. Maya is nothing like Spanish. I'm fluent in Spanish. Maya is nothing like Spanish. I was challenging myself. And what the man there who was there was teaching me said, do you know who understands Maya almost intuitively? People who speak any dialect of Chinese.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said there's so much of Maya that has Chinese characters and intonations to it that people who speak Spanish can't understand it, but people who speak Mandarin, for example, can pick it up.
That's really cool.
And that's because there was migration. So when there was the first passage from Siberia to Mexico, I'll end here because this is more like, oh my God, talk about rabbit holes. When they first got to Mexico, these original people who migrated from Siberia and Mongolia to Mexico, when they first got to Mexico, had fur on and all kinds of, because they were coming from frigid temperatures. And then they got to Mexico and Central and South America, and it was hot. So, I mean, all of a sudden, talk about like a rotation of your entire world order, right? So now we see shamanism so much practiced through Mexico, all the way through all of the, especially Central and South America. And you go, well, how did that happen if it originated in Siberia? Because the land masses were connected. And so sometimes there are some, Mexicas and people who, the sort of the original, the Olmecs and the Toltecs have some Asian features. And I've heard of people who even still have some of the handed down furs and
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, incredible things from 500, 600, 700, 1,000 years ago, right? So this is Mongolian Siberian quartz, and this is why I talk about this as a shamanic tool. What's different about this one is the chlorite. We've had shaman quartz for you before from Mongolia and Siberia, but never with the green. And chlorite is the master healing mineral.
Do you know it's not just chlorite?
Tell me more.
So usually when it's green, they say it's just chlorite. No, we found out that there's also Hindenburgite in the green,
which has its own set of metaphysical properties, which are also healing.
It is very healing. It is actually an iron-rich member of the pyroxene group, and in that group there is augulite, diopside, jadeite, spudamine.
Yeah, which is green hiddenite. So you're probably like, how do I get one of these? I wanted to tell you the whole shebang because I spent a lot of time thinking about how different this planet was from my ancestors. And none of the things that we think about today, landmasses, the way we think about them today. So Lemurian Atlantis, for example, reorients our entire view of how the planet may have been structured 13, 15,000 years ago, and I find that fascinating. We have 3 different sizes of these, and they're really affordable. Everything's under $100. Some of them are double terminated. They're incredible. So it is, there's hematite too. We forgot to mention that.
Oh
so,
yeah, that's all the silver you're seeing on there is hematite.
Ding dong. So there's quartz, chlorite, the blah, 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 blah that she told you about, and hematite. Okay, I know. The 2 to 3 inch, I have 19 at $59. The 3 to 4 inch, I have 9 at $79. And the 4 to 5 inch, I have 5 at $99. And that's all. I've never seen these before. We've never had them before. We're not getting any more back. It was like this one rare, crazy combination of all of these minerals from the origin point of shamanism as we know it today.
It's really cool. And it's like, one thing that I think is also, when you talk about shamanism a lot, it's like, it seems like, and we were talking about astral travel.
Yeah.
One thing I think is really cool about these is with the hematite on there that we almost forgot to mention.
I can't believe you forgot to mention hematite. I'm going
I
to
know.
tease you about it. Well, because hematite's like her thing, you know what I mean?
I love
Like,
hematite. But do you know that they have found coarse grains and fine grains on Mars of hematite?
we're not alone.
So hematite that you're seeing here is also found on Mars. So I'm like, then when you talk about shamanism and linking, like what we have here,
Outer worlds, other planets. So I want to remind you, if you are shopping for anything, because some of you may have joined us anew when our broadcast restarted after our technical difficulties. So we have the most beautiful morganite clusters. So if you purchase anything tonight, you're automatically entered to win. This one has a double term morganite, which I love. And then the other one has little baby morganites with a little twin flame bridge of morganites. So you're automatically entered if you're shopping tonight. So if you're like, I'd like to purchase something tonight, you might also end up winning like $1,000 worth of morganite. So we'll choose and announce the winners later. But thanks for letting us rabbit hole a little bit on all the things we just talked about, because that's kind of a cool journey. And like I said, our planet is a big place that's very old, and it has a diverse history. And then our solar system is this big in a multi-structured, multi-dimensional. I mean, we are a speck in the universe, which sometimes helps me feel better about life. You know how small we are. Anyway, Mongolian quartz, you got it tonight. We have to talk about your set now. She's the mistress of magical sets, where she puts these cool things together, and it gives us a chance to talk about Freya. You have Norse roots. I don't have Norse roots.
where'd it go?
Oh, I don't know. Did Freya leave the building?
It was here this morning.
Somebody stole Freya. Bring her back.
No, it was right here.
Yeah. It's okay. We can always talk about something else. Thank you for adding that, Jessica Hicks. She said hematite is associated with blood, so would it be good for blood disease and healing? Yes, and circulation. So when people talk about like, oh, I have edema or swelling, what I'm always going to recommend is bloodstone, hematite, manganese. Those are really good. Anybody struggle with swelling? Isn't that Morganite just sexy as hell? I was so excited to be able to give that away to you tonight. We could have added it to the sale, but I thought how fun to like do a little, since it's our last show of the year, to do a little enter to win. So good luck, everybody. Yeah, if you say shamanism or shaman quartz or whatever, they'll get you. They know what you're talking about. Team SG is pretty good at like picking up what you're putting down. Okay, Freya did not leave the building. When Robin and I talked about this, I thought this was really cool. I made one minor change, which I changed one of the stones to indigo gabbro because we haven't talked about it very much, and I thought it was a really cool kind of stone to add. And then Robin's incredible contribution of the Freya perfume, which Team SG will need to get us the notes for the Freya perfume, and then an anatomical heart in banded amethyst for Freya's heart. So Freya, as you know, in the Norse tradition, and you can feel free to add anything that you want to add to. Oh, the notes are there, actually. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Yay. You know what I love about Freya is she's everything.
She really is.
Goddess of war, goddess of beauty, goddess of health, goddess of fertility, goddess of marriage, goddess of life, goddess of death, goddess of... Freya is like all of the things.
Love, beauty, fertility, war, sorcery.
So when we think about... So we the amethyst, of course, stone of peace and balance and detoxification. But the heart itself, which I love these, I'm going to tell you, and you're never going to look at it the same way. You know how they do things like that, like optical illusions? Look at it again and see an elephant. It is an elephant with its back legs over its head.
I think it looks like a little heart Ganesha.
You saw a heart until I told you it was a back-flipped elephant, and he's like this. Do you see him? His little trunk.
His little booty.
Oh yeah, she's the goddess of cats. Anyway, now you love your heart even more because your heart looks like an elephant. I mean, I don't think elephants can do that. I've never seen an elephant put its legs up over its head and stick its butt out. But if it could, it would. And then the notes for Freya are patchouli, which you know I love, amber, lime, sandalwood, all the good things. And you know what lime does in aromatherapy is it punches up those big bass notes. So think of like patchouli and sandalwood as these big bass drums, and lime kind of like comes in like a bell and sharpens everything up. So the set of 3, which is really cool because you're kind of getting some of the tools for free. Oh, I didn't even talk about Merlinite yet, but I will in a second. We have 50 sets at $79. If you bought all 3 of the pieces separately, it would be $146. I can't believe it. I mean, this is one of the best sets that we've done. And you can keep the individual pieces or the set together, or you can give the individual pieces away. Indigo Gabbro, she's got a lot of stuff to talk about, is the stone of sorcery and magic and deep intuition. It's known as Merlinite in the trade, but that's a trademarked term. Somebody has that. I don't know who owns that, but anyway, they called it Merlinite. It is associated with Merlin, which takes us back to the Arthurian traditions, which I love, and Avalon. But anyway, I think this is such a cool set. It represents your magic, your love, your backflipped elephants, and your warrior goddess.
So, when we were setting this up, the reason for it was the main things that, because as she said, I am part Norse. I'm from that lineage. And one of the main things for me when I think of Freya is sorcery and love.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 main things that I associate with her. So that's why when I wanted to do something for Freya, I wanted to do something for sorcery. Yeah. And for love. Yeah. That's the main thing about this. And
she works the spells. She does.
She really does. Mm-hmm. She and the other thing about her is she's the head of the Valkyrie.
Yeah. Do you know what the Valkyrie are? They come and get you when you die and take you to Valhalla. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They do. So they come, and it's like when you are, and it's like back when it was like the Vikings and all of that, it was the warriors that fought. But nowadays, I translate it differently. For me, it's you don't have to be a warrior out there like in combat so much, where a lot of people still do think of it that way. But I feel like as long as you're a warrior in life, everyone has to fight their own battles. Everyone has to fight different obstacles in their own way. And when you attack your battles and go after it and figure out ways how to get through it and maneuver through it and get to the end goal, you're a warrior. You're a warrior in life.
That's beautiful, Robin.
So for me, it's not just, going and fighting, but it's understanding and overcoming.
Sometimes getting through a day is a fight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I've never seen so much anxiety on our planet. I'm in touch with a lot of people because of the work that I'm so blessed to do, and people tell me the truth because they know they can, and people are stressed and anxious, and so anyway, sometimes it's just getting through the day. It's nice to be able to say that out loud too. It used to be if you had anxiety or any kind of depression, it was kind of a stigma. Now it's you can say it now.
I believe that nowadays it's better that we can all say it and understand that, and it's like we can be there for each other and help each other out in different ways.
I agree. Yeah.
So
that's Freya too. It's just sort of like, it's good to own your battles and your challenges. And I find the more honest you are with other people, more it kind of like empowers them to be honest and open about their challenges too, which is pretty cool. Congrats on that. I think the sets are sold out. We have 4 Rutilated quartz spheres left.
Oh my gosh. How? They're so beautiful.
They're $38. Well, we're not gonna have 4 anymore because you're gonna go get it right now, because that's your business. You're gonna go get your business.
They're so cute. They're so pretty.
Honestly, sometimes I don't have to say anything. It's just like, because, yeah. If you have anxiety, my heart's really with you. Can I share something that I've been working with that's been helping?
Yeah.
I don't know, for whatever it's worth. It's not anything at Sage Goddess. But, because stones do help. I love lepidolite for anxiety, which is Mike and I's lithium, and stones really do make a difference. Ashwagandha.
Really?
Darling. Yeah, and I got gummies that have L-theanine. Normally I'm allergic to anything with a gummy base, but I'm not allergic to these. I found them on Amazon. A friend of mine turned me onto it, and she's like, it's just a feel-good herb, and it's been used for thousands of years. It's Ayurvedic. I don't know why I never tried it. And so at first I was drinking the tea, and she was like, you got to take this. I can link to it for you. I mean, I don't know. What works for me may not work for you. But ashwagandha, it like relaxes your brain. It's really great, and it really does.
That's really cool.
I made a point of taking it without anything else. You know what I mean? Like, without any other kind of like anything for relaxation or working or diffusing oils or nothing. Just trying that to see how I felt, and it really did make a difference.
That's really cool.
Look it up. You'll see I'm not making this up. It's really crazy.
Did I ever tell you what I learned from a Native American medicine woman about anxiety?
Maybe, but tell me again.
So when I was in college, I got really lucky. I got to take this class, and it was actually a class on magic, witchcraft, and religion.
That's so awesome.
And the teacher was really cool.
Class I was born to teach.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So the teacher actually brought in a Native American medicine woman, and she was teaching us about different native herbs that were going on. And the one thing she said that the best for anxiety is white sage.
I don't doubt it.
Fresh white sage. You pluck a leaf, and if you are having a panic attack, you take that fresh leaf, put it in your mouth, and you push it to the roof of your tongue, and the natural essence of it just makes your whole body relax. And I did it there. She had it some with her.
Wow.
And it's like you put it in there, and you just felt like your shoulders just...
It's probably tingly. Mm-hmm. If you put your tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, like that activates all kinds of chakras in your mouth. Because your mouth has like 12 chakras of its own.
Yeah, and then she said if you just are and you're prone to anxiety, just take a leaf, put it in your water bottle, shake it up, and drink sage water.
You heard it from us. I can't do kava because I don't like having a numb mouth. Don't judge me for that. I've tried kava. I just can't. It makes your mouth numb, and it drives me up the wall until it wears off. For me, I don't want anything that makes me more anxious, and having a numb mouth makes me makes me anxious. But you know, I don't know about ashwagandha. You can give it a go. Okay, you ready for what's next? There is one Rutilated sphere left. We're not going to talk about them anymore. We do have some of Freya's hearts set still available. The perfume, the anatomical heart, and the Merlinite sphere. Okay. All right. The music just switched to this really beautiful, like, I don't know if you can hear it, just like the vibration just slowed down. It's really beautiful. Okay, it's like it was listening to our conversation. This I love. To me, this is a guardian angel pendant. I see an angel in it. You may not, but I see like an angel with its like arms stretched over the top of it, and I just think it's so beautiful. This is a citrine point. The price is crazy. We have 2 of these. Citrine point with Rutilated quartz sphere, or like kind of a cabochon on the top, and rainbow moonstone for $149. And it is 3.75 inches. When this song comes on, my dog, because this is my Ram Dass playlist on SoundCloud. I have really good music playlists on SoundCloud. You can search SoundCloud Sage Goddess and follow me. And my Ram Dass playlist, if you just want to chill, is such a great playlist. And my dog, since he was a puppy, like bitey kind of, instantly calms down and lays down, and he loves this song.
Oh, that's sweet.
I don't know what it is about this song. Anyway, congratulations. What's the brand of my supplement? I don't know. I'll find it.
Did we tell them the price of this?
Yeah, $149.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we said it.
I don't think they've posted it yet.
So yeah, these are $149. Rutilated quartz, which again we told you about with the sphere, the hair of Aphrodite.
I know.
We have rainbow moonstone here, and the flash on it is amazing.
It's just really beautiful quality, and to get clear citrine like that, I mean, just the citrine point in a pendant for $149 is like nut balls.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of nut balls, my dog got neutered on Thursday, and he's had a slow recovery, y'all. So, but he's doing much better. He's a poor little guy. He struggled. I slept on the floor with him for 3 nights because he couldn't get up on the bed. So I just laid on the floor. I gave him a pillow, and I had a pillow, and we slept next to each other. The things we do for our dogs. But he's huge. I mean, he's a large breed, and so he had a little bit of a tougher go with his.
Oh, poor guy.
His cherry removal. Anyway, cheers and cheers and cheers. Congratulations. Okay. Now we're going to talk about my favorite stone for removing unwanted energy from your field, which is Danburite. It's one of the Synergy 12 stones, and I love Danburite. It comes from Mexico. We had a moment of really not being able to bring you Danburite, and even tonight we've got 20 of one size and 20 of the other, and the quality of these, you guys, is so beautiful. They're in that like clear to very light pink, because Danburite, depending on how hot it gets, can turn a little pinky pink. It's really heat that makes the difference. These are all terminated points, and the prices are crazy. Get your fingers ready. I don't know that we can do this again, okay? 1.1 to 1.5 inches, the smaller one on the right, $33. 1.5 to 2, $43. So I love stones from Mexico. I'm kind of obsessed. And not a lot of stones come from Mexico, but a few do, and Danburite uniquely from Mexico. Mm-hmm. You can tell Danburite from quartz because of the way it terminates, because sometimes people are like, is that quartz? It has a lot of linear formations, or the banding around it is different from quartz, and then the termination is different. It's a little more of a flat termination as opposed to your quartz. I would wire wrap this and wear this in a hot second. You guys know the value. You could easily pay double or triple that anywhere else. I was really happy that we could bring you Danburite. It's I call it the psychic surgeon of the Synergy 12. It's like a knife. It just cuts through stuff.
It does, and it helps you really identify the root cause of your problem.
Yeah, I like that. That's true.
And when you understand the root cause of that issue, that's when you can start healing it.
Jinx.
I have a fun fact about Danburite. Do you know why it's called Danburite?
Danburite. Tell me, darling.
It's because it was originally found in Danbury, Connecticut.
Danbury. Look at us with our original like U.S. And there was a weird pocket. Some of you got this, and I'll tell you, you couldn't buy my piece off of me if you gave me $1,000. There was a weird pocket of brown Danburite, cognac Danburite.
Oh,
Remember that
yeah.
from Russia.
Yeah.
I kept a piece of that shit.
I never was able to get a piece of that. I mean, I'm bummed.
It was so rad. I mean, it's this exact formation, but true, like, champagne cognac kind of color. And oh my God. I only have one
Gorgeous.
piece, but it was my favorite thing. We can't wrap it for you, unfortunately, because our goddess of wire wrap is also a goddess of 19 other things here at Sage Goddess. She's multifaceted and talented. And so, unfortunately, we don't have that service available to you right now. Maybe one day we will. But I would either send this to Sylvia Peluso, who's my very good friend and jewelry maker. Her website's very dangerous. Sylvia's Creations on Etsy. Very dangerous place for you to go. Or I would take it to, or I would go on Etsy. There are people who offer wire wrap services, and you can find, or learn. I mean, whatever. Go on YouTube's and figure it out. You're already on YouTube's now. I mean, don't go now, but like later. Learn how to wire wrap. Get yourself some wire and get to it, honey.
Congratulations to whoever got these. These
Yeah,
are
we're happy for you.
amazing. And they're so translucent.
You used to live in Danbury, Kevin, really? It's a beautiful spot. I love the East Coast. I just can't with your weather. You have to keep your shitty weather. I can't do it. It was cloudy in LA today, and I was like, this better not last. I can't stand it. And meanwhile, like, you guys on the Eastern Seaboard have had winter for 6 months already. Anyway,
My
congratulations.
mother-in-law keeps trying to convince us that we need to move to Virginia, where she's at.
Yeah, Virginia's beautiful.
It is. I've been there, but I've also been there in the summer.
Yeah, if you love like 94 degrees and full humidity, it's just lovely for you. But I do love some Virginia. There are so many beautiful parts of Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Virginia, let's talk about quartz generators. I don't know how to go where we were trying to go, but my bad segues. This is a special for you. We only have 9 of them. You can't even see them because she's going to do a little weightlifting here. I cannot believe, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Clear quartz, highest vibrational mineral on the planet, silicon dioxide, grows on every continent. We never have generators this size. This is a weapon. 13 to 14 inches, $159. 13 to 14 inches. 15 to 16 inches, $199. And ships free.
Some of these have little teeny inclusions of amphibole here and there. Some red hematoid.
There's a little hematite.
I mean, they're so big. Like, you're gonna find so much in there. They're so beautiful.
There's big, and then there's like 13 to 14 inches, which is like.
And I'm gonna set these back down now.
These are for external use only. How would you say no to that? If you don't have like a massive quartz generator in your collection, no, I mean, if you give this to somebody, they're gonna think you spent $1,000 on them, and you didn't. They're heavy as F. So congratulations. Truly, like they're gone. I knew you guys were gonna be excited about that. I was excited about that for you. Raise vibe. We sometimes have moldavite. We don't have moldavite tonight, Deb. I know. I miss moldavite. Sometimes we have it, sometimes we don't. Team SG, can you make a note? Because if we do have some, it'd be cool to bring it to a future sale. And I'm kind of saying that even though you are mostly responsible for our gem shows. So I'm like Team SG, and then I'm like also Robin.
If you guys ever like want something, like feel free to bring it up. I'm more than happy.
Be careful what you say.
I know. I will bring what I can.
Bring it up to your spirit guides, and they will communicate with Robin. Because if we tell them to tell Sabrina, she's gonna.
Oh no! Don't tell Sabrina. Message here.
Yeah, if you have things you want, mention it in the feed.
In the feed, do not contact Sabrina.
I mean, you can always contact Sabrina, but
not for that.
Sabrina, I can feel.
I love you, Sabrina.
And the only reason I'm saying that is, can you imagine what her job is like? She is our head of customer care, and she receives a lot of communication. So you're always welcome to message our support team, but she would get 1,000 messages. Can I have this? We try to make you happy. We still have Freya sets left. So you guys comment, sold Freya 79. Have I been naughty or nice? I've been very much both. I am both. I mean, I try. I always say, Dear Santa, I did my best. I'm dealing with human beings, Santa Claus. And I'm a double fire sign, so there'll be a little coal in my stocking as per the usual.
You can't be nice all the time.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't like that. There's someone I watch who's live, and she passed away, and so it's other members of her family who handle her lives now, and they're a little less edgy. And I find, like, I really miss her edge. So part of the reason I loved her is she would, like, say weird things sometimes, or, like, get a little tipsy, and she was fun to watch because she was so unpredictable and not always on cue, right? So anyway, I like a little edge in my life. Okay. Is that citrine behind me? I think it's onyx.
It's onyx.
Yeah, it just looks kind of gold because of the light. Yeah. Cue siren. Okay.
It's not as bad as the old building.
No, it's not nearly as bad. Oh my god. I felt bad because we were constantly like, somebody's in crisis. Okay, we have something really special for you. She and I are going to compete to talk about this one because, and I'm going to say, back off, Robin. No, I'm not. She's got good stuff to tell you about this. All I'm going to tell you is we never have stones from Greece. We just never have stones from my homeland. And so this is from Greece. This is smithsonite with orichalcite. And most smithsonite, darling, comes from Mexico. But this one does not. And so the smithsonite is sort of the blue, and the orichalcite is the green, as far as I understand. Right? Is that correct?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's a mix, right? Because smithsonite grows in blue and green.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got kind of a fusion of these. But it is crazy when we get to have a stone from Greece, because there's very few minerals that come from Greece. You'll find some azurite, you'll find some selenite, but, you know, by and large, Greece is not a mineral-rich country. We're rich in other ways. We're philosophy. So the metaphysical properties: mental calm and ease, dissolves stress and tension, and prevents overthinking. It is full of zinc, and the stones that contain those minerals are also good for your physical body. Zinc boosts the immune system, so it helps to support your physical strength, but it also helps to support your mental and emotional strength. And so we have 7 of the 23 of the 2 to 3 inch pieces for $54, and we have 7 of the 4 to 5 inch for $74, and that's all she wrote for Greek smithsonite. Isn't that rad? Like, it's so cool. I know. You went. Misbehaving said I went this summer and I want to go back. My son went to Greece for the first time this summer.
I would love to go to Greece.
I just won't come back. That's why Athena can't go to Greece.
I would love it. It's so beautiful there, and there's so much history. I swear I could spend, 6 months there and still.
The food.
I know.
My son was like, you did not fully prepare me for the food situations. And I'm like, I did fully prepare you for the food situation. It's just even better than anybody talks about.
Oh my gosh, that candy you brought that date?
Yep.
Oh, that was so good.
I know. And that one I think was dates and grapes.
Mm-hmm.
So my, it's, these are stories, we have such long stories, but my grandparents owned a winery in Greece, and so before the war, when it was destroyed, unfortunately, and there wasn't a lot of money, right? So they used every part of the grape, including the skin, and my grandmother, once the wine was made, would take the leftover skins and everything and boil it down with sugar and make syrup. And then she would string walnuts with a needle and thread and dip it in the grape syrup and dry it and dip it and dry it for a month.
Yeah.
And it makes this like log of like grape walnut candy.
Oh, it's so good.
And I brought it to
so
have the
good.
team try it because I imported it. And when I get it from my dad once or twice a year because it's very hard to find and import to the U.S. And it's like the most heavenly thing. And that was like old world candy. They didn't have like Airheads and Nerds. They had like great walnut candy.
It was 1,000,000,000 times better than Airheads and Nerds.
But nothing went to waste, you know what I mean? So it's a really cool story. Okay, so you want copper water bottles? Okay, good to know. We need to go on a trip to Greece. Can you imagine a Sage Goddess retreat in Greece? But everybody in your family would be mad because you wouldn't come back. They'd be like, I sent her to Greece with Athena, and now they're living on some weird island and dance naked under the moon.
Rhonda, just wait.
Betsy Medi. Mm-hmm. Betsy Medi. It's true. And my dad, whenever he eats it, you can see the little boy in him come to life. It's really sweet.
It's so good. Congratulations to whoever got these.
Yeah, we're really happy. I think they're all gone.
I had a bunch to say, but she covered it, and
Sorry, it was Greek. I had to take it away from you.
I
I will. You can have the next one. Here, this is all you, darling.
it's okay. The next time I'll tell you my stories. You just
Okay.
are gonna have to come back for more.
I'm doing an extra special price on this that isn't on our sheet. I am. I'll tell you what it is. I cannot believe the quality of these, you guys. This is an obelisk. How do you know an obelisk from a generator? Well, obelisks are 4-sided and generators are 6-sided. I'm so glad you asked. This is Shadowkite, Chrysocolla, Malachite, and Azurite. Under $40. 3 to 3.5 inches. Now I'm going to be quiet. No. 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 I love how Robin immediately went, fuck. You know, we used to drink wine during these things.
We need to
and
bring that back.
Now we're like La Croix and 7-Up, and it's a shit show tonight.
I need wine.
I
I need wine.
I need Pezzi Medi and a wine. I need my grandma's wine. Jasper is friends with Cassadini, and Cassadini is friends with Quartz. Sometimes they grow with hematite, sometimes they don't, and that's alright. Isn't that the song?
I'm sorry. I'm calling in tech support.
I know. My attention deficit disorder takes over at times like this. It's not appropriate. I feel like we can't talk about anything though because we still have a lot to talk about. We're gonna have to do a lightning round when we come back. 'Cause
Yeah, we
we've
are.
got so much goodness to talk about. I don't have my phone, so
I'm getting everybody.
so we're gonna sign off for just a minute.
I'm gonna run out. I pinged him and I'm also gonna run out.
You guys have been so patient tonight. So if you're on Instagram, make sure you're following us on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, make sure you're following us on Instagram. And if you want to learn with me more in 2024, visit sagegoddess.com/apothecary. And we will have fun classes and hopefully no technical issues.